Drill, aka CEO. Check it out. It's the C to the E to the O. We DJ PD. Oh, you know how we go. Exposing fakes like Nollywood videos. This Black Wall, I do it for my people. Yo, this is C Drill, aka CEO, hanging out with DJ Pretty. Don't touch that dial. One.
Just cruising.
Well, baby, I don't care.
Just cruising.
As long as you take me there.
Just cruising.
Somewhere to clear my mind.
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Well, baby, I don't care.
Just cruising.
As long as you take me there.
Just cruising.
Somewhere to clear my mind.
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Yep. And now the time is here. And now the Friday. And you know what Friday is like? Of course, Friday is a different day of the week. Friday. There's a general belief that Friday sees more smiles than any other day of the work week. Go and find out. I'm telling you from a finding, from investigation, Friday sees more smiles than any other day of the week.
Just cruising.
I'm telling you.
Clear my mind.
You know what?
Just cruising.
Just cruising.
Friday on a Friday like this, my smile is brighter.
Just cruising.
Yeah, for those who love coffee, your coffee is supposed to be creamier on a day like this. That is why it's a Friday. Someone once asked me, the energy is always bigger on a Friday. Why? I said, I don't know. Because the person was telling me, you work on weekends now. There's no day you're not here. So how come you're happy on a Friday like you will not be working on a Saturday, on a Sunday? I don't just know why. That's the mood for Friday. Friday has its own mood, and that's what it brings. So that's why when I bring the energy here on a Friday, it's got to be different because thank God it's Friday. We're here again on the cruise show, TGIF. Are you ready for me? About to blow your mind one more time. About to disturb the peace of the neighborhood. I'm about to do my thing. Friday is about hanging out with friends. If you have them, do it the right way today. Because the light before a day off is more satisfying than the actual day off. Meaning, tomorrow is a day off. Today happens to be the light that shines before the day off. Meaning, just Friday is much more important than even the Saturday. For those who are going to be having an event tomorrow, they look forward to it on a Friday. So Friday is a very, very important day. Welcome to the cruise, TGIF edition of it, where we blow your mind the very last for the week. And you know, we do it every time like this. We bring entertainment, infotainment, edutainment, sportainment, and everything in between. And that's what we represent. We bring sport, we bring what's popping in entertainment. We get to class, we learn another word. What are we learning tonight? You get to know very shortly when we get to that point. Then TGIF giveaway. Be asking you questions, you answer, then I give you my prizes for tonight. If you're ready, and I'm ready to roll as well. On behalf of the guys here, the Sports here, the Sports Bam Bam, Amos 33, Omoyale, so they're all here, making sure everything is on a Sengamenge level. My name is Pretty. You call me the finest, the nature's finest, DJ Pretty, the finest, only one in all. You know, when I come through like this, I do my thing for Shizu. Because it's for Shizu, my news up in the Hizu. And I come through. I keep a villa, like the tiller in Manila, the biggest big killer, like a gorilla, 100.7 is still the villa. So when I represent, it's all about CLECTRVRTY. If you're ready, let's keep it to make it happen. And I kick it back and forth like Jackie Chan. The finance is here, and it's thank God it's Friday. Let's turn it up right now. Olamide, where are you? Let's turn it up. Turn up. Let's go. Thank God it's Friday.
When people hear me, they turn up. Ladies, they feeling like why they turn up. Ask the boy, come and they turn up. you? See everything that's increased over here. See bad guys and the chicks over here. See plenty money and the drinks over here. Hello, how are you? She can was suffocating from cruising down. Cause I push away, focus on my make it down. Never to my don't fall in Think about mommy swagger, what's that about? We feel every show, we're running the town. The king on the throne, I'm holding the down. Hello, you know we hitting the down. We come feel like saying that I'm moving the ground. And I'm better you can't look for your money. And I'm here with a turn up. When people hear the belly, they will turn up. Ladies, they feeling like why they turn up. Ask the boy, no matter you can turn up. How are you? We're still right here, we ain't going anywhere. Alisalo, I look very well. Look what they do when they do very well. Hello, how are you? Everything around just stand proper. Everybody know me, just stand far. If me I talk to you, I tell you I'll just keep telling. Would you tell Larry? Whenever you can see by the time I read the telly. I used to be broke, but now I'm selling. If I get hard, don't want a belly. Don't want a belly. Don't want a belly. The people show me love, belly. I feel so sick, you know belly. You know belly.
Looky here, pyro in the air, cake everywhere, celebrate years. 9 to 5 startup, not entrepreneur. If you're doubling your M's, let me hear you holler. Make money, but it don't come easy, so you gotta pay me back if you wanna borrow from me. Sell me ASAP, girl like Riri.
Me and the money, na bumper to bumper. Now only money if you cool my temper. Nothing come between me and my shadow. Love me tell you, love me tender. 20 talents making me bang bang. Hold me tight, it's going down. Color red, we've been painting it down. From sun up until sundown. Yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of money. A lot of money. Me my whole team make a lot of money. A lot of money. Lessons on me, no shadows can't stop my money. Can't stop my money. God bless my eyes, yes I can see it coming. A lot of money.
Yo, I got money, but I'm gonna make more. Just like a river, gonna make money flow. You spend money, make money get low. I spend money and make money grow, yeah.
Just turn it to a Vegas party. Show life like Coco's on me. Casey, tell a DJ, run tune. You came to make it right, we came to make it more.
Me and the money, na bumper to bumper. Now only money if you cool my temper. Nothing come between me and my shadow. Love me tell you, love me tender. 20 talents making me bang bang. Hold me tight, it's going down. Color red, we've been painting it down. From sun up until sundown. Yeah, I'm gonna make a lot of money. A lot of money. My whole team make a lot of money. A lot of money. Nothing show me no shadows, can't stop my money. Can't stop my money. I bless my money, I can see it coming. A lot of money. All eyes on me, I'm on fire. All eyes on me, yo, I'm on fire. Body is banging, I'm on fire. Skin is all out, I'm on fire. My energy on high tension, I'm on fire. Take you dimension, I'm on fire. I can't get my life for all my friends, I will send them baba. I can't get my life for all my friends, I will send them baba. Shine bright like a diamond, I'm on fire. Stand down like a stallion, I'm on fire. Can't stop me now, I'm on fire. Every day I've been winning, I'm on fire. My energy on high tension, I'm on fire.
Most definitely, I'm on fire. Yes. I'm on fire like I'm on something. I'm on fire like I'm on a steroid. But I'm not on a steroid. I'm just on a bottle of water. That's what I get. That's what gingers me every time. Tonight's flavor now, they're doing I'm on fire. What kind of walk? If you want to speak it in Igbo language. DJ preaching the walk. I'm on fire. And especially on a Friday like this, I'm on fire. Okay, let's go to sport. So that we can talk about the latest in the ever exciting world of sport. When we return, the other side, more music. Thank God it's Friday. You know how it is? Thank God it's Friday. Sports come through now.
Melody FM 100.7.
From deep in out. It's a smashing ball, it's Martins!
Josie Yobo, the Kubo.
And it's just out to the goal!
Odesi.
Sensational! What a wonderful finish! That is the most embarrassing own goal! Oh, what a goal! But something out of nothing! He struck it sweetly! And does he ever score ordinary goals? They're all copybook stuff!
Right moves, definitely. When you hear the tune, it is time to talk sport. It is a sports cruise right here on the Melody 100.7 FM, the cruise show with the finest. And Bobola Igufem in the building, the sports bam bam. Bobola, how you doing? Thank God it's Friday. You're waiting for that, right?
I was waiting for that. I mean, I even heard it when you were about to play the music. Good evening, Fridays. Good evening to all the listeners out there. It's nice to be on the program today. It's a lot to talk about in the world of sport. It's nice to be here. Yeah.
Most definitely, it's nice to be here. I mean, if you have been searching Google all the day and you're wondering why did they change all of their logo? Well, Winter Olympics. It's because of Winter Olympics. So they are, Google has a way of always recognizing one thing or the other. So today, they were trying to recognize with Winter Olympics. Because right about now, I can tell you that the Winter Olympics ceremony watch is taking place. Yes, of course, 25th games being held in Milan. Of course, so many other things ceremonies staged at Milan San Siro Stadium with Mariah Carey. Yes, Mariah Carey is what I wanted to talk about. And Andrea Bocelli among performance, of course, athletes, parade also across northeast and Italy. Of course, so many things going down concerning the Winter Olympics. And, the game is just about... some people don't understand what Winter Olympics is all about. This is the main Olympics they know. Bam bam.
Yeah.
Winter Olympics, the main Olympics. Some people will tell you which one is Winter Olympics they get. So that's what is happening in Milan, Winter Olympics.
Yeah, and Winter Olympics is going to start. Today is February 6th.
Yes, definitely.
Definitely.
Yeah.
So
the ceremony is going on right now.
Yes, exactly. So it would include the likes of skiing, hockey, skating. I mean, games that would have to do with, extreme cold right there.
Exactly.
So that's what the Winter Olympics is all about. So, for people, I understand why people don't really understand it because it's not a familiar, others, they are not familiar. When it comes
athletics,
to... Exactly.
No
football. Exactly. When in this part of Africa, it's not even familiar.
Exactly.
I don't think anybody does skating, does skiing. Is more or less people in abroad, the Europeans that do all of that. So that's what the Winter Olympics is all about. So it would include some of these games. And yes, just like I said earlier, it's going to be from February 6th, that's today, to March, to February 2022. So it's just within a short span before we have the big Olympics, which is very, very familiar in the faces of people. So it's all the best for all the athletes right there.
And around 2,900 athletes from more than 90 countries of the world are going to be competing on the ice, on the ice and snow at Milan Cortina. That's how they call it, Milan Cortina. The world's biggest winter sports stars, of course, are descending on the northern Italy city from today, and there is certain that there will be 3 dramas and, of course, the breakout performances, but I don't know which one will be thrills when people don't even understand it that much. But Mariah Carey, that's my girl. She's there representing, of course, alongside a couple of other artists gracing the occasion.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when it comes to sport generally, we always have top artists. I just also heard that there are also going to be African representative, yes, and Skying. There's one person from Benin, Guinea-Bissau, Eritrea, being represented with just one athlete right there. We also have Kenya, Morocco. These are countries that have 2 athletes represented. So it's not just for the Europeans. We have started to see Africans also join onto the trend of having to see them representing skating, skiing, and all of it. Even Nigeria, we've got one representative, although it's not so prominent. And like I would always call it, is in it. Not like they grew up in Nigeria, because
in it.
is in it. Somebody out there in the European side wearing or donning the green jersey of Nigeria. So that's to show that Africa finally, when we are getting into the limelight when it comes to Winter Olympics, because usually we don't really have representative, maybe just 1 or 2 from Morocco, or maybe from Egypt, South Africa, exactly, South Africa. So before then, West African countries, you're not going to see all of that.
No, that thing is not common.
It's not common.
It's not popular here.
It's not popular. So when it comes to physical values, all of it, we can get
our own is physical. Okay, we'll be looking through, we'll be telling you how it goes every day here on our sports shows, as well as Winter Olympics is concerned. Let's move away from that. Now, of course, let's come back here and talk about, the news have been around since yesterday. Queen Khalifa suspension. Now the latest, Queen Khalifa want to be reinstated and all of that. There are people who have been saying even our governance of football doesn't make sense, because you can't try it anywhere that you say you are pulling out, then again you come back a few moments after that, okay, you want to go back and okay, we're not pulling out again. What should be done to Queen Khalifa in this time?
You see, I'm just laughing because it's just a disgrace, honestly speaking. The MPFL, every now and then, I really just want the season to go over. Now, just before I even talk about the Queen Khalifa, the Federation Cup, the FA Cup, that's not started all of
I'm telling you, till now.
Nothing is being talked about. Before the FA Cup is supposed to include the MPFL team, the NNL, and a couple of other teams. Before you know it, we'll start to see the Federation Cup start, and later we'll see some top guns not participating in all of that. But on the Queen Khalifa issue, for the MPFL board, when the issue was raised from Queen Khalifa, honestly speaking, I don't support what Queen Khalifa wrote, that they have travel issues, their boss and all of it broke down on the way. I mean, that's not for me the best excuse, but they sent a letter to the MPFL, and if you are the main body, irrespective of any situation, no matter how little the matter is, you're not just going to leave them blank.
Exactly. No response.
Kept them mute. Just kept them mute. So for me, that's what they call superiority. That's why you're in charge of all of these clubs. So I felt like the MPFL shouldn't have just kept mute. All of a sudden, they just came out and they started to dish out fine. They should have addressed it that, okay, we don't support this. I think in this aspect, maybe we don't agree with you. This is not a prominent excuse. This is this is that. Before you now dish out fine. But nothing was said. Then all of a sudden, they came up, they gave out fine. And for Queen Khalifa, you see, private-owned business or private-owned club have major advantages and disadvantages. And now, most of the foreign clubs, we always say that, okay, Chelsea have a football club owner and all of it. It's not like they have a club owner. They have like the highest number of shares.
Yeah, exactly.
They have highest number of shares. Maybe, okay, the highest number of shares is not the one that everybody call the owner or the club president. So there are other people that have shares in it. But in Nigeria, the way they run private-owned is one person
owns everything.
Is the sole administrator. Even if he has the managing director or the chairman, that person doesn't really have mouth. It's the manager, because the letter that has been sent is the CEO
Exactly.
from the CEO. So, you know, the man will act based on his discretion.
Exactly.
So
Or his emotion at that time.
emotional, exactly. So he decided that at this point in time, I mean,
Let's get it
what's the point? Let me leave. We are currently 20th of table. It's like we are at the verge of relegating and all of it. But for me, that's or what should I call it? That's childish.
It's childish, yeah.
You know, I used to say, you always say here that the league should always be treated professional. In fact, you don't like to call it professional.
Yeah, that's why
because
I P from it.
you don't because this is what happens. Should I call it set that boys
Yes,
play?
and that we play
Around. Okay,
I mean, in our various
this is cheating or referee. I'm not more playing again. All our team.
Or when you are the owner of the ball.
Exactly. Hey, then you leave.
They give you injury, you just carry your ball. I don't vex.
Ball don't finish and you go. So for me, both parties did not play right, but all the blame still goes to the MPFL because you are the body that supersedes all of it. The league, so far so good, for me, has been poor. Violence, pitches. They had to wait for CAF to send delegates to check the pitch before the Falconers could play. That was when you came out and dished out letter that shooting stars. You know, so many things. This league for me, I just really want it to go over, let it end. Then a lot needs to be done. So for me, both parties did not do well, but the blame still goes to the MPFL because they supersede all body. And now, for me, I really don't understand what the fine would be now because the letter released from Kun Khalifat now is all issues have been settled. Now, the fine that has been dished out, is it that it's just going to be swept under the ground? These are things that people would ask questions.
Exactly.
Other teams are looking. You understand?
What about the 3.3 goals you have given them?
Giving them Academy Warriors. Or back then when Kano Pillars too, they had to face all of it. They paid millions of naira.
Exactly.
You know, these are the questions. These are pivotal questions. I think because Kun Khalifa did not address the situation of we are going to pay the fine. We have agreed to pay.
Yeah, they only say we are back
to the league. So nothing is being said. MPFL is not saying anything. So I feel like a lot needs to be done. This is not over yet because teams will be coming out to talk about the situation, to clarify, okay, are they still going to pay the fines and all of it? But for me, the way the league is going, I understand why players don't want to even play in the league.
Exactly. Talking about players not playing in the league, Anas Yusuf has also left us. Anas has left Nasarawa United. I mean, the highest goal scorer last season. I mean, one of the highest again this season. He has left to GS Saoura. I mean, very funny name in Algeria. That's where he has gone to play for. I mean, my worry is always where they go to join. They join some funny club size that you don't even know. So Anas Yusuf, I mean, he has left Nasarawa United now to JS Saoura in Algeria. And of course, he is also saying it's been a great time playing in the MPFL. Now is the time to go test some other waters. So now it's Algerian waters.
For every player that plays in the MPFL, I don't think they want to spend more than 2-3 seasons. Not even a player that finished as the highest goal scorer and currently is one of the highest goal scorers until it was signed. Exactly. So the league of Nigeria is, for me, in shambles. Algeria league is better. Egyptian league is better. South Africa league, Morocco league. These are leagues that are better than the MPFL. So any player that really wants to make good money, who wants to play on very good pitch, who wants to play on other very good structure. The only thing is, I always fear for the players because eventually when they leave Nigeria, they don't always have very successful contracts. They spend 1 year, 2 years, before you know it, they are back to Nigeria. I've tried checking what could be wrong with their transfer, but you see, when you are not playing for your own, you're not playing for your own. But for Anas Yusuf, so far so good. He finished as the top goal scorer. Last year, I even expected that he was going to be leaving the country because most of the top goal scorers, eventually, they don't stay. This guy that is now back to Remo Stars, currently, if I remember his name, yes, he left the MPFL.
He played for Eimba
too. And other top strikers, highest goal scorers, they always leave the MPFL immediately. So for Anas Yusuf, I'm happy for him because definitely is more pay. I don't think any player will. Mboma, yes, that's the man. Yes, Mboma. So immediately was the highest goal scorer at Eimba. Immediately left to one of these leagues in Africa.
Yeah, Tanzania
league. Yes, so that is how these players have transformed because they feel like these leagues are better than Nigeria. But everybody, it points out to more money. And for Anas Yusuf, on paper, he's young.
He's young.
On paper.
He's on paper. He's you that said so on paper he's young. All right, still talking about the league before we leave the league. Ikorodu City, they said you've seen what's that his name again? Akinbiyi Sodiq as very promising under 19, and they promoted him to the main team now. They said you've seen very good prospect in that young boy.
He's my friend.
Akinbiyi Sodiq.
He's my very good friend. I mean,
congratulate him.
We just texted him. I just texted him not too long ago.
He's promoted.
I mean, it's nice to see him. He plays here.
We're going to put him on the show. We're going to ask him how he feels to be
no problem. Yeah, so I spoke to him earlier today, and I mean, he was so happy. I mean, the journey has been for a long time. He's played in different academies, even right here in Ibadan. He used to play for, I'm not just going to mention it because of publicity, but they used to play at Apata here. Just most recently, we played together at this Aligongo pitch here. Yeah, this particular one. So we played December tournament. We played it there, and I mean, we have fun. So I'm so happy for him. I mean, seeing players, most especially seeing somebody that you know personally making that around. He just told us that he's traveling to Lagos. All of a sudden, I was like, this life don't be so.
Wow. Where is Daniel? I hope you can hear. This boy has played professional. I was telling you I was going to unleash him on Yusba. You see how he scored 5 goals? He's not just ordinary player. Don't mess with him. Don't mess with Bam Bam. Okay, let's move away from that. Now let's begin to. We're still in Nigeria, but somehow away from Nigeria. It's like Alex Iwobi is also beginning to think like Sanusi Yusuf. I mean, Mohamed Sanusi, our Secretary General. He's also saying they are waiting on the ruling by the verdict by FIFA to see Nigeria qualify to the World Cup. He's also thinking like Mohamed Sanusi. I don't know why Sanusi has put his own virus in this guy now.
It's the way you always mention it that everybody is just thinking like this. Because literally he's the only one talking about it.
He's the only one
the president is not talking. Nobody else is talking. General Secretary I've been talking about it. For Alex Iwobi, honestly speaking, I don't see Nigeria playing at the World Cup. It doesn't even look like FIFA is even interested in it. They've moved on, thinking about other things right there. In fact, preparing for teams that would eventually play at the World Cup. We have 9 countries now, with DR Congo maybe possibly making it 10, because if they go on to play the Intercontinental, we're going to see there. For Nigeria, no hopes. I say it every time. The DR Congo issue is not going to affect only Nigeria. If eventually CAF.
I didn't even thinking in that direction, because he was asked by SuperSport. Alex Iwobi, the SuperSport asked him that which one would he have preferred, to leave the AFCON trophy or to be at the World Cup? And he was quick to reply that, look, we are waiting for the verdict, that NFF is hopeful and they are also hopeful of going to the World Cup. Are they forgetting that we are not the only one that played DR Congo?
Exactly.
Because I'm thinking, even if they want to say the verdict will work, is it not going to be straightforward to the team that's supposed to go and play in the Interconfederations Cup? Would they say, okay, Nigeria, go and represent?
Go and represent. So there are a lot of things to look at when it comes to the whole situation. For me, Nigeria, they've done their own beat. They played in the competition. They had easy games too, just like the way Morocco had games.
Yes.
Senegal had games. Cote d'Ivoire had games. Morocco, Tunisia. These guys, Nigeria had the opportunity, and South Africa qualified for the group. From the group, they went to play the playoff. They lost to DR Congo. Let them just accept it. The AFCON is gone. Fine, we finished with bronze, and that's all. Let them prepare for the next year. I feel like that's what the NFF should be more focused on. What is happening to our under-17? What's happening to our under-20? It's not compulsory. It's not going to change anything if Nigeria. The last time out that Nigeria was at the World Cup, it was at the group stage that they were knocked out. I remember Lionel Messi scored a fantastic goal with Kenneth Omeru and John Obi Mikel in the middle of the park. So, I mean, it's not compulsory that Nigeria must play at the World Cup. You understand? We've played the AFCON. We've done well. The future is what they should be thinking about. So, for me, for Alex Iwobi, he said it's going to be a tough word. He used that word tough. Maybe he doesn't just want to speak down on the general secretary, maybe not to make him feel like he doesn't know what he's doing. You know, some of these players, they try to be diplomatic in their answers. But for me, I don't think it's necessary for the push to continue, because DR Congo, not only that, they also played group stage matches, and the same players that played these group stage games, they also participated. No country is coming out to speak about it. Nigeria, we can always have it easy. We had it easy the first time, because I don't think we should have qualified to the playoff. So they should just continue to think about our under 17, under 20, for me, that's where it lies, because that's the future of Nigeria.
Future of Nigeria, yet looking like there's no future, because those ones have not done well in recent times. So where are we going from here is the question. And don't forget to follow us on all socials, Melody 107 FM. Drop your comments on our Facebook page. We're coming there to look at this. Of course, for Ademola Lookman, he's entered the record books now. He's the first player since the 2013-2014 season for Atletico Madrid that will play his first game and score a goal, even providing an assist last night against Real Betis when they tried Real Betis 5-1 in the Copa del Rey. I mean, the Mola. This is how stars do, right?
That's it. That's
how stars do.
You made a point right there. For me, I was totally impressed. Not just because of the goal and assist, but the performance, the way he was able to dribble. Atletico Madrid, they are known for very, very defensive. Most of these players are not being able to express themselves. Exactly. Now we blame the coach, Simeone, every time that Simeone is not always giving the chance to giving the players a chance to express themselves. But what I saw yesterday, maybe some of these players just decide to lock themselves, because Ademola Lookman was just dribbling, dazzling.
I'm telling you,
having fun.
He had the show.
So, and the transfer, people might say, he shouldn't have gone to Atletico Madrid because of the money factor for his career. I mean, for Ademola Lookman, he knows why he went to Atletico Madrid. And Nigerian players, generally, at this level, we need to stop picking players from Division 2, because Germany, France, Spain, they won't pick any player from Division 2. I don't remember the last time that maybe any of these top countries in Europe went to Division 2 to pick players. In Senegal, almost all their players are first-team players. They play for top clubs.
Exactly.
That you can point out that, okay, in the Premier League, West Ham,
they don't bench them.
They don't bench them.
Even where they play, even if they are playing the moon, they are first-team
players, and they play for prominent team. Not that in Nigeria we call our Super Eagles squad and you are picking a player from Division 2, Coventry. It's not. At this point in time, we need top representative. For me, that is the pinnacle of football.
But that's what you said now. To buttress your point, is what England does. England will be inviting the top guys. From Real Madrid, from Chelsea, from Man U, from Liverpool, from Man City. They will not be looking at somebody who is playing at one low league like that. That's what they do there.
Exactly. That's what they do. So for me, if we call ourselves one of the best footballing nations in Africa, if by now we are still going to Division 2, for me, even Turkish league is far off. Maybe 1, 2, 3 players, just because of how exceptional or what they have done to football, just like the way Portugal will always honor Ronaldo.
Exactly.
But apart from Ronaldo, which other player? Every other player plays top football. This man in Bruno Fernandes in Manchester United, these guys are top footballers. In fact, captain.
Pedro.
Exactly. They are leaders in their squad. So for me, Ademola Lookman, Pedro Neto. Ademola Lookman made the right decision, because as far as I'm concerned, this is one of the players that play top level football, because in the Atletico Madrid, consistent Champions League players. They've won they won this Spanish La Liga. They've gotten to the finals of the UEFA Champions League. So he plays top level football. Even the likes of Iwobi that plays with Fulham, just because they play in the English Premier League.
Yeah, exactly.
But Atletico Madrid, what they have done.
Yeah, for now, Ademola is the top. He's the one playing for the best team in the Super Eagles.
In the Super Eagles. So for me, he's making a name for himself.
Because Nigeria is going to be facing again. For instance, in the semi-final, he's going to be facing
Barcelona. Exactly.
Just imagine if he does well against Barcelona.
For the likes of Iwobi, Chukwueze, it's not even possible for them to face Barcelona, because can they qualify for the Champions League? Where are they going to face them? Maybe pre-season, but Barcelona will never accept a game against Fulham. So if you are playing top level football, I mean, that's where people will rate you so much and call you a top footballer. So I won't be surprised that in the next 2 years, in Atletico Madrid, Ademola Lookman will win another CAF Player of the Year. I won't be surprised.
Just imagine he plays Barcelona in the Copa del Rey. He does very well shine. He plays Real Madrid in the league. The Madrid derby. He shines.
Against the likes of Mbappe.
Exactly. I mean, that would be something. We look forward to that. His coach is also giving him all of the kudos, saying, look, this guy is exceptional. Of course, we look forward to that because that's the way it is. Before we go to the actions that will be taking place this weekend, let's talk about this issue. Ronaldo in the news for the wrong reason. Right about now, it's confirmed he's going to be missing the second game. And this is a guy that earns £400,000 every day. Every day, £400,000. Calculate that in a week. And not to talk of in a month. And he's been going on strike because of a man whose transfer has already complete. In fact, he scored a goal. Talking about the man.
I think in football, first of all, you can be the best person to everyone, to the fans, and tomorrow you are the best enemy.
Exactly.
And go like that. For Ronaldo, you see, for Saudi Pro League, I think they are trying to play a smart one because Ronaldo was their selling point to the public initially when they made that transfer.
It was one that opened
the league. In fact, most of these players we started to see from Europe came just because of that figure of Ronaldo. Maybe if Ronaldo wasn't there, Sadio Mane would not come, João Felix would not come, and a couple of other Benzema would not come, because Ronaldo for me paved the way for these players. And definitely in return, Saudi Pro League, they paid him back, or Al Nassr in quotes, they paid him back by giving him exorbitant amounts of money. Now, I think this is where his passion often lies, where he really wants the best for a club. Now, the reason why Ronaldo really is on strike is because he wants Al Nassr to really develop their squad. Competition-wise, he wants them to always be able to compete against Al Hilal. Because
Al Hilal is being favoured.
It's being favoured, exactly. Because Al Hilal, so far so good, has been winning the Saudi Pro League. Now, for Ronaldo, for me, who else does he want in the squad? He has good players already. He has Coleman in the squad. There's João Felix in the squad. There's Sadio Mane in the squad. And you know, the Saudi Pro League, they have an amount of European players that can come into the squad. I think it's about 8 players from Europe that can come into the squad. So for Ronaldo, I feel like he should have just handled this whole thing very, very well. He's won so many titles. You know, there are some things that you can just look and pass, because at the level that you are, you have won everything in Europe. Just play the game, enjoy yourself, and have fun. He's won a title with Al Nassr. So for me, I just feel like even if the club is not being backed financially to match up Al Hilal, but still, the guys that you have, what about this likes of Coman? They played for Bayern Munich, João Felix. So why not? You guys can play together. Because at some point when they started the league, Al Nassr, they were doing well. It's not even about financial factor now. They were doing well, very well. And all of a sudden, they decided to lose game. Even when Ronaldo was there. So right now, he's now coming to say that it's just because of the financial figure. How about the fact that you were in the team when you guys were losing consistently? But one thing I always would respect is, I respect the person, Ronaldo, and definitely I know that for everything he does, there's always a reason, because you can't be at that level, that pinnacle of football. So for me, I know that there's something.
He has a way of making influencing decisions.
So at that level, if he's going on strike, there's something really happening within.
What people don't understand, let's make them know that the same PIF, is they are the one that control Newcastle United. They control Al Hilal, they control Al Nassr. So Ronaldo is beginning to feel that they try to fortify Al Hilal ahead of his own club, making Al Hilal to be winning every time. That's his own feeling. That's why he's angry with this decision, because he's thinking, why would a club like Al Ittihad go and bring this guy from there, Karim Benzema, who is a top guy, to now be, because Al Hilal they are already ahead of Al Nassr. So he's feeling like, okay, bringing this guy to Al Hilal is like they want to kukuma kill their own. So
but when you compare players, honestly speaking, I've looked at the squad of Al Nassr and Al Hilal. On paper, Al Nassr have better players.
I was looking at it as well. Because Benzema that will now make the difference.
Because Al Hilal, even when they were winning title, it was Mitrovic. Mitrovic that was their striker.
Exactly.
Last season, 2 seasons ago, then he left the club. So for me, they don't even have that squad depth compared to Al Nassr. For me, if Al Nassr utilize all of their players, the top stars, it's just that when you put too many stars together alongside Ronaldo, one person will have to make the headline, which is Ronaldo, and everybody will not play at the best, because Sadio Mane is known to be a goal scorer. I mean, finishing as the highest goal scorer in the English Premier League. So coming to Saudi Pro League, scoring 9 goals, 11 goals, just because Ronaldo is there. So for me, I really don't understand, because Al Hilal, they have lost players. Mitrovic is no longer in the club. So it's very honest for them to get Benzema to the club. So for me, maybe there's something really happening that is not uncovered to us. But for me, I think Al Hilal compared to Anasa, in terms of players, Anasa is better.
Okay, all right. Let's talk about a man now who everybody is wondering what is wrong with this guy. At 22, he's going to be playing for his 6th club. John Duran. He has cancelled his contract with Fenerbahce. Now he wants to go to Zenit St. Petersburg in Russia. And he's going to be his 6th club at just 22-year-old. 6th club. Some people are even older, much older than that. They've not played for 3 club side. But this guy, 6th club at 22.
And one funny thing is, John Duran has always played for maybe top tier. Apart from when he started with the club in Colombia, from there he moved to Aston Villa, played a couple of top leagues. He went to the Saudi Pro League. But I fast checked some of the reasons why John Duran is being labeled like this, or he's switching club from one club to another. I think he has attitude problem. That's one of the things I saw.
Yes.
That always having issues with the club, always having issues with the players, and all of it. And also the club, which is the club. The club is definitely Aston Villa. You know, South Americans are known to be very, very ruthless.
Yeah, exactly.
Very aggressive. Don't let me use the word. Maybe aggressive. Yeah. So most of them, they actually popped out from extreme poverty. You see some of these Brazilians, they came out from extreme poverty. Same with all these Colombians and all of it. So John Duran is also trying to secure for his family and all of it. But for me, the future is what really, really lies. If you go from top club down to smaller clubs, it's very hard to go back to that level again. So now that he's in the club Zenit now, before he gets back to England, it's going to take a long time, because
exactly.
And he's only 22 years, so he's just going to be within that particular lane. He's just going to be maybe around Belgium, around these leagues that are not top.
Yes.
Because he has been there before and he has gone down. Most of these top players we see, they are always up there. Then maybe at the latter part of their career, they begin to dip, go to Kuwait, and all
you wonder where this one can go.
So for John Duran, there's something that he needs to work on, which is attitude. No club will always continue to condone him. And the reason why he's getting a club with his attitude problem is because, I say it every time, once you're a player that played at the top level and you still have age on your side, you've played for the Spanish La Liga, you've played in the English Premier League, the Serie A, there's always a club. There's always a club that's maybe not at the top, but they are willing to take you because they feel like you've had that experience, that top experience. That's why he's getting all of this club. But for how long is he going to continue like this? 22 years, what's his future? He still has averagely 8 years to play in football. So for me, John Duran, he should take it easy. It's not about money all the time. Sometimes you think about your career long term, but you know he has personal decision. Maybe he's just maybe his retirement plan is 25 and
25. That was too young.
Too young.
What will you not be doing at 25? When 25, some people are still
hustling. I mean, even in Nigeria, they are still praying for.
They can still play under 18. Okay, let's talk about the league actions going down tonight. Monday Night Football here and there in the EPL. We have Monday Night Football. Leeds United taking Nottingham Forest. Sean Dyche is coach of Nottingham Forest, one of the coaches up for the coach of the month. Let's quickly talk about, yesterday we were talking about the coach of the month nominees, and Sean Dyche is one of the guys nominated, as well as Chelsea new coach. So Daniel was telling me that how should they be considering Sean Dyche as Sean Dyche and the current Manchester United coach? That because ordinarily is what they done in the month that they used to rate them. But Daniel is saying they should not look at what those small coaches have done. They should leave them out of the coach of the month.
Yeah, I'm trying to look at January for Sean Dyche. He has had loss. He has had wins against Brentford, Raphael. I think they defeated Brentford 2-0 away from home, and also West Ham, Raphael, where they defeated them 2-1. For me, I don't think Sean Dyche actually deserves to be the coach of the month, honestly speaking, because for Nottingham Forest, maybe the reason is because he's about to take this team to El Dorado. When the league started, Nottingham Forest were languishing in the relegation zone with Ange Postecoglou. It was sacked and all of it. Then Sean Dyche came, and it felt like there was redemption. But how has he taken the team so far? Because currently speaking, they're 17th on table with 26 points.
Definitely.
So what maybe a little has changed, but for me, significantly, nothing has really changed. In the Europa League, well, they are getting weight against Ferencváros, but that's not the Premier League. The Premier League has not been the best for them. Same thing with Leeds too. Leeds, they are both on the same point, 26 points. It's just go different. And they are facing each other. But just because of Sean Dyche's experience so far, because whether we like it or not, there has been a green light with Nottingham Forest. At least you can see that this side is better with Sean Dyche than Ange Postecoglou when he started and lost about 7 games consecutively right there. So against Leeds today, it's going to be tough, honestly speaking, but Nottingham Forest, for me, away from home should get a win. Yeah.
A win from home, Nottingham Forest, that's what Bam saying. Of course, in the La Liga tonight, Celta Vigo are taking on Osasuna. Yes, Celta Vigo and Osasuna, we can say two of a kind.
For Celta Vigo, another side, so far so good. They've been free scoring for Osasuna to. I mean, they've not really done well. Just recently, they had a draw against Villarreal, and also they played a 2-1 win. They had a win against Rayo Vallecano in that one. So for Celta Vigo too, so far so good. They've had draws too. They've not been consistent. Just like you said, the same thing. In the Spanish La Liga, we know them to be a 4-man side or even a 3-man side with Barcelona, Atletico Madrid, and also Real Madrid right there. But both teams are currently at the top 10. With Celta Vigo, I mean, one of the promising side that can eventually qualify to maybe the Europa League or even the Conference League right there, because they are currently 7th with 3 points right there. So for me, Celta Vigo, just because they are a free scoring side, and so far so good, they've been scoring even against the top guns right there. So if they get the win against Osasuna, it will be fantastic for them, because they will surpass Espanyol and also Real Betis in the Europa League spot. So if they continue like that, I mean, maybe they might even qualify to Europa League. So for me, Celta Vigo win eventually.
Celta Vigo winning. That's in the La Liga. In the Bundesliga, there's a game going on in the Monday night. In the Friday night football. Union Berlin taking on Eintracht Frankfurt. Eintracht Frankfurt, they had a good game 2 weeks ago. But what could they do this weekend against Union Berlin?
For Union Berlin, they've been winless so far in 2026. They've not had any win. 3 draws and also 2 losses, because their 2 losses was against Hoffenheim and Borussia Dortmund, where they lost 2-0. And the same thing with Eintracht Frankfurt. At some point they were good, but so far so good. It's been poor for them. They've had 4 draws and 1 draw. The 4 lost and 1 draw, consecutive loss. For Eintracht Frankfurt, we know them to be a top side. At least they don't compete with the likes of Borussia Dortmund and Bayern Munich, but they are always scoring goals. But against Leverkusen, their last game, they conceded 3 goals. They lost 3-1 against. Just to include the Tottenham game, they also lost to Tottenham Hotspur. Against Hoffenheim, also they lost against Hoffenheim. Against Karabakh, and a couple of other games against Werder Bremen, where I expected them to at least have gotten a win. They also lost in that one. So for me, both sides, they've not been consistent. Union Berlin, for me, even seems better, even though they've lost because they've had multiple draws right there. But Eintracht Frankfurt, they are better. So far, so good with 27 points. Union Berlin, they follow up with 24 points. So for me, just because Union Berlin are at home, they can at least win a draw against Eintracht Frankfurt.
Win a draw, okay. In the Bundesliga tonight, that's what is going to be happening there. Union Berlin, Eintracht Frankfurt. For Serie A, yes, Hellas Verona will be taking on Pisa tonight in the Friday night football. Pisa.
For Pizza, I don't know what they are doing in the league. They're just there to come.
To make up the number.
To make up the number, honestly speaking. But Hellas Verona also, both of them are really poor. I don't know the way they fix Friday football, but they make it, these teams are not competitive. They are not competitive, because if Hellas Verona and Pizza, the other time we mentioned Eintracht Frankfurt and the Union Berlin, these teams are really not doing well. So it looks like they have planned it from time, the way they always make their league structured. That's the way I say. But Hellas Verona and Pisa currently, both of them are on 14 points, 19-20. Pisa 19th, Hellas Verona 20th on the log. Both of them, maybe at the end of 90 minutes, they should be able to play a draw, because I don't see any of them having a fantastic form. Both of them are really doing well. They're not doing well. They've not been consistent. So maybe just one of them might win, but I see a draw at the end of 90 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, the last one we'll talk tonight is Ligue 1. Metz are taking on Lille of France. Yes, in France. Lille, they had a good game at the other time, but what can they do against Metz tonight? Only time we tell. Bam Bam.
Lille, another fantastic side so far in this area. one of the sides that have been able to give PSG. The
They should be giving PSG problem every time. I mean, there was a time they were really that was when our man was playing there. He's our goalkeeper.
It's Eyama right there. But it's been a long time that Eyama played there. So far so good. They've just been going through back and forth. They've not been consistent, but in the league they've started well, and I think that's actually a good way to start. And for Mets, for me, just full of black players, they've not been able to do well because I mean, when you have so many black players, I expect that you should be able to play physical football. Mets are currently languishing as the last in the league on. So for me, Lille, this is another opportunity for them to move up, because if they get all 3 points, they're going to be on 35 points. The next team that follow up, I think, is 39 points. So for me, Lille should have the dominant win against Metz, because they need to at least qualify for the Champions League or even the playoff, because in the French Ligue 1, I know there are 3 slots for the Champions League. One of these teams will play the playoff. That's the UEFA Champions League playoff. So for Lille, I want them to be one of those teams that at least could play the playoff, or even if eventually they can't play the playoff, they should be able to play the Europa League. So for me, a Lille win at the end of 90 minutes.
Okay, Lille win at the end of the 90 minutes. All right, let's leave it like that. Tomorrow, when we come, we'll be looking through all of these fixtures for you. Of course, you know how we did on Complete Sport. And of course, the Action Attraction part of the show, where we look through all of the fixtures. But before we go this evening, in basketball, the Oak lost yesterday. I was wondering, how did Oklahoma City Thunder lose that game?
They've lost one of their key man now, Shai Alexander, wow. And definitely, I say it's every time you cannot continue to depend on just one person. In the NBA, you need at least two very good starters that can actually put up figures for you, because it's all about the numbers. If two guys are putting up maybe 38 points in a game, for Shai Alexander, it's been the man for them, scoring more than 20. He's been averaging 20 points every time for the Oklahoma City Thunder, and there's nobody to assist them. So I'm not even surprised that in the next 5 games, because it's looking like this man is going to miss 5 games, including the All-Star. So for that man, I think is the sole heart of that team, and for now, it shows that they have maintained a very stance position by being first. So far, so good. So I don't think there's anybody that can thump them. They would eventually qualify to the next round. But for Oklahoma City, for now, they are not going to have it easy without Shai.
Wow, it's not. I mean, I was thinking about that yesterday. Wow, how would they do this thing without Shai? Well, let's hope miracle can happen. Well, before we wrap things up, just to remind you of all of the fixtures and the result that happened earlier this morning. Phoenix Suns were beaten by Golden State Warriors 101-97. LA Lakers 119 against Philadelphia 76ers 115. For the games between Dallas Mavericks and of course the San Antonio Spurs, it was 123 to 135 for San Antonio Spurs. Houston Rockets were 99, and of course Charlotte Hornets 109. Toronto Raptors they defeated Chicago Bulls 123 to 107. While the game between Atlanta Hawks and Utah Jazz ended in favor of the Hawks with 121-119. Orlando Magic defeated Brooklyn Nets 118 to 98. While Detroit Pistons lost to Washington Wizards 117 to 126. Those were the results, and those are the results of the basketball game. Tomorrow when we come, we'll be giving you the we revisit basketball again and so many other games, especially how we do it on Complete Sport. But before we go, bam tomorrow, Sport Echoes.
Yeah.
Where are we going?
The managers this time. We've had referees. We'll have players. We've had clubs. Now we'll talk about some of the top managers we've had.
Top managers in the world.
Yeah.
I hope Jose Mourinho is there.
Yeah, definitely. The
The choosing
choosing one.
one. Now he's not the beating one. They're beating him up and down. All right. Thank you so much, Bam Bam,
for having me. Yeah.
That's what it is. All right, we'll be here together again. 3 p.m. tomorrow is when we do Complete Sport. Everything in one place, and that's what you get when you listen to Melody 100.7 FM right here. Let's have a breather now. At the other side of the breather, it's going to be time for us to take you through more music and entertainment. What's the latest in entertainment? This is how we represent it. This is how we do it. This is how we do it every time. Okay, keep it locked. Follow us on all socials. Melody 100.7 FM. Melody 100.7 FM. Don't miss it on all socials. Melody 100.7 FM. You can always drop your comments as well as we move on. Now, talking about your comments, before we wrap things up, yes, I cite you. Yes, LR Holmes, and of course, Bijesh Akuma Kelanjarish. Yeah, this one, a friend all the way from India, watching us all the way from India. Thank you so much. Let's have a read and